Whether it's tourist attractions, parks or museums, they are everywhere. But for 30-year-old Anna Minty, seeing a statue causes her to have panic attacks.
We don't normally like being put on a pedestal.
But today, we're going to give Anna the platform to help her to overcome
her fear of statues.
I was about 8. I was walking along the wall by the museum and I fell off the wall. And when I looked up, there was a statue looking right down at me, and it just made me jump. And then I had a nightmare that night that they came alive and they were coming off the museum wall. They were chasing me. Some of them were turning into snakes. My phobia is pretty bad. It's affected my day-to-day life. It stopped me going on a school trip to an unfamiliar place with my children. I'm constantly looking out for where they are. My children, they know there's nothing to fear. I've told them it's silly. There's nothing to be afraid of. But I'm afraid that I'll pass it on to them.
The Speakmans are in Cardiff, a city with hundreds of displays of public art, many of those being statues.
So we weren't meant to meet Anna here in the museum, but because there's so many statues, she has completely refused to come anywhere near.
Plan B, we'll have to go and find Anna. She won't come here, we'll have to go to her.
They find her a stone's throw away from the museum with her daughter Roxy, who's come to support her.
Hello!
Walking towards the museum, her fear begins to take over.
It's not like I've got a pain.
Like a pain there, like anxiety. OK.
I know they're not going to move. I know they're not going to do anything to me. I just don't like it. There's one looking right this way.
They start the therapy at a local cafe, and Anna recounts the story of how the phobia started.
Whilst you're on the floor lying down and you look up, what do you see?
Statue.
So what do you blame?
Statue.
And what did the statue do?
Nothing. It didn't do anything.
But it was you as a child that actually linked statues to danger and therefore to the fight or flight response to protect you, which is why you feel like you do today.
And because you're frightened of getting told off, and then because the statue looks a bit like your dad, you're like, oh, this is it, I'm going to really get into trouble. That's it.
Anna begins to understand why she was scared after falling, now to analyse the dream that cemented her fear.
Your unconscious mind never switches off, so whilst you're asleep, your body sleeps, but your brain's still going, and it's thinking about that moment that created this phobia, and it's trying to figure it out. And it changes the statues into snakes, because actually, snakes are more scary.
Think about that nightmare. The thing that scared you most was that it was snakes. And what did you blame?
Statues.
And what did statues do?
Nothing.
So how do you fancy going seeing some statues up close for the first time as an adult?
Okay. Yeah.
You sure?
So, back to the statue which started the phobia, and Anna is already making progress.
So Roxy, how do you think your mum's going to be when she sees that statue up there?
I think she's going to be okay now.
Here?
So is this the first time that you've stood looking at this statue from being about 8 years of age?
Tell us how you feel.
I don't feel like anything. I don't feel... I'm scared, anxious, just...
And what about that you talked often about, you kept saying about this pain in your chest?
Pain in your chest?
Nothing?
No, nothing.
You're proud of your mummy?
Yeah.
How is this going to change your life?
Well, when we go to places when we're on holiday, normally there's statues there, and she never comes in, so I just have to go with my grandmother or my dad. But this time she can come there.
Wow, you've got your mum back. Yay! Yay!
Should we go inside?
Yeah.
Should we go and have a look at some more?
I want to see some more statues.
Come on, let's go and have a look inside.
So what's happened, Grant? What happened?
Yeah, nothing. Nothing happened.
What may seem a silly and irrational phobia to some can totally debilitate someone's life, cause anxiety and a lot of stress.
Yeah, and with Anna, we actually saw physical pain too. So we're absolutely thrilled that we've managed to get to the bottom of her phobia.